Starving the people of Gaza might be moral. To pressure Hamas into releasing Israeli hostages, some argue that extreme measures are necessary, but at what cost?
Israeli Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich made a chilling statement that has sent shockwaves across the globe. Smotrich, known for his extreme views and hardline stance, believes Israel should control all aid to Gaza, tightening the blockade even further. He claims Hamas manipulates aid for its own gain, diverting resources meant for civilians to their military operations. This stance ignores the dire humanitarian crisis in Gaza and the illegality of using starvation as a weapon. The people of Gaza are already suffering immensely. Smotrich's words sparked international outrage, with many condemning his proposal as inhumane and dangerous. Critics called his comments genocidal, arguing that such actions would only lead to more suffering and instability. Human rights groups are deeply concerned, warning that this approach could lead to a humanitarian catastrophe. The world is watching, questioning Israel's commitment to human rights and the ethical implications of their policies. The situation demands immediate attention and a re-evaluation of strategies to ensure the safety and well-being of innocent civilians. The lives of millions hang in the balance, and the international community must act swiftly to prevent further tragedy. Gaza is a ticking time bomb, a place where despair and hope collide daily. Years of conflict and the Israeli blockade have created a humanitarian nightmare. Poverty is rampant. Unemployment is sky-high, leaving families struggling to survive. Basic resources like food, clean water, and medicine are scarce. The lack of these essentials is a daily battle for the people of Gaza. The blockade, in place since 2007, is strangling Gaza, cutting off vital supplies and opportunities. Israel claims it's necessary for security to stop Hamas from launching attacks, but critics call it collective punishment, affecting innocent civilians the most. It's a stranglehold on an entire population, leaving them with little hope for the future. The recent violence has only made things worse. Homes destroyed, hospitals overwhelmed with casualties. Gaza is on the brink of a complete humanitarian collapse. The world must act now to prevent further suffering and bring hope to the people of Gaza. Starvation is not a tactic, it's a crime. International law is clear. Using starvation as a weapon of war is illegal. The Geneva Conventions explicitly forbid it. The Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court defines it as a war crime. It's a crime against humanity. Denying food and water to civilians is barbaric.
Smotrich's proposal is not just morally reprehensible, it's criminal. The world must hold him and any leader who advocates for such atrocities accountable. Silence is complicity.
Section 4. Aid, blockades, and Hamas. A complex equation. Israel claims it restricts aid to Gaza because Hamas diverts it for their own purposes. They say Hamas uses aid money to build tunnels and buy weapons, further escalating the conflict. While Hamas's actions are unacceptable and dangerous, they don't justify collective punishment of the entire population. The blockade harms innocent civilians the most, leaving them without basic necessities. It prevents the import of essential goods, hinders reconstruction efforts, and cripples the economy, making daily life a struggle.
The world must find a better way to address this complex issue, a way to ensure aid reaches those who need it most, without being diverted. A way to hold Hamas accountable for their actions without punishing innocent people who are already suffering.
Section 5. The world reacts. Condemnation and calls for action. The international community has spoken. Smotrich's comments were met with swift condemnation. Leaders, human rights organizations, and people around the world are outraged. The United Nations called for unimpeded access to humanitarian aid. The European Union demanded respect for international law. The message is clear: starvation is not an option.
Words are not enough. The world must take concrete action, sanctions, legal action. Pressure must be applied to end this crisis.
Section 6. Breaking the cycle. A roadmap to peace. Peace seems like a distant dream, but it's the only way forward. The cycle of violence must end. Both sides must choose dialogue over destruction. The international community has a crucial role to play, facilitating negotiations, providing humanitarian assistance, holding all parties accountable.
A just and lasting peace is possible, a peace based on mutual respect, security, and dignity for all. The world must not rest until that vision becomes a reality.